conference for November 24th. By the pledge, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everyone. Unfinished business or correspondence, Karen? We are looking for a motion to approve the minutes of the meeting dated November 9th, 2021 as presented. So moved. Second. Call for vote, please.
Mr. Bullard.
Yes.
Mr. North.
Yes.
Mr. Pizarro.
Looking for a motion to approve invoices in the amount of $623,899.42 for the period November 10th through November 24th, 2021. So, second. Call for vote, please, Karen.
Mr. Bullard.
Yes.
Mr. North.
Yes.
Mr. Pizarro.
Yes. Looking for a motion that the actual gross payroll in the amount of $260,770.79 be approved for payment for the period October 24th through November 7th, 2021. So moved. Second. Call for a vote, please, Karen.
Mr. Bullard.
Yes.
Mr. North.
Yes. We are looking for a motion to reappoint Richard Gordon of Reynoldsville to the Jefferson County Housing Authority for a 5-year term. Mr. Gordon's term will expire December 31st, 2026. So, second. Call for a vote on that, please, Karen?
Mr. Bullard.
Yes.
Mr. North.
Yes.
Mr. Pizarro.
We're looking for a motion to approve an assessment appeal filed by Michael and Connie Zyback for parcel number 16-44-0207-A beginning January 1st, 2021. So moved. Second. Call for vote on that, please, Karen?
Mr. Bullard.
Yes.
Mr. North.
Yes.
Mr. Pizarro.
We're looking for a motion to reappoint Tom McFarland, Public Director, and Teresa Schick, Farmer Director, to the Jefferson County Conservation District for a 4-year term. Both terms will expire December 31st, 2025. Second. Call for vote, please, Karen?
Mr. Bullard.
Yes.
Mr. North.
Yes.
Mr. Pizarro.
Under announcements, Commissioner meeting December 14th, 2021 at 10:30 p.m. at Jefferson Place. We are looking for a motion to enter into an agreement for a broadband strategic planning study with Mission Critical Partners, LLC, in the amount of $39,982.00. So move second. Any discussion on that?
I can elaborate a little bit on what you.
Awesome. That'd be great.
Yeah, so basically what Mission Critical Partners are going to be doing is going out and assessing the current broadband network in the county and then developing a plan of recommendations for the future and also funding opportunities that will be out there to fill in the gaps that are currently exist. So, that's what the project is include. So.
Okay, thank you, Ben. Anything else on that? Then we'll call for a vote, please, Karen.
Mr. Bullard.
Yes.
Mr. North.
Yes.
Mr. Pizarro.
Yes. Looking for a motion to approve resolution number 2021-07, modifying the FY's 2018 and 2019 Community Development Block Grant, CDBG agreements with the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, contract number C0000709113 and C0000734663. This modification will remove excessive funds in the amount of $32,477.30 from the Borough Big Run / War Memorial Roof Replacement Project and the Foley Road Waterline Replacement Project into a new activity, which will be in the Henderson Township Village of Stump Creek Water System Improvement Project.
So moved, Mr. Robinson.
Second. Thank you. Ben, do you have anything on that?
Yeah, I can just, those two projects were completed, the Big Run, roof project and the Boy Road project. So with some cost savings that we had with those two projects, we were able to move those cost savings into the Stump Creek project. With, looking at potential, material cost increases in that project funded also, so that's why that's funded for the.
Thank you, Ben. Call for vote on that, please, Carol.
Mr. Bullers.
Yes.
Mr. North.
Yes.
Mr. Petracca.
We are looking for a motion to place the 2022 tentative budget on display for 20 days with adoption scheduled for December 14, 2021.
So moved. Second.
Do we want to vote on that now, or like we want to do everything first?
I'll elaborate. The 2020 Jefferson County General Fund budget has a total revenues of $15,937 and, or I'm sorry, $15,937,847 for revenues and expenditures of $919,805, leaving a surplus of $18,042. The budget's being presented with no increase in the real estate tax that is currently set at 12.5 mils. The liquid fuel 2022 expenditures is budgeted at $174,330. And the debt service expenditures, which was just redone into a bond issue, is $1,225,800. We'll continue to work on it and, until adoption.
Any questions for Monica on that? Okay, hearing none, then we'll call for a vote, please, Karen.
Mr. Bullers.
Yes.
Mr. North.
Yes.
Mr. Petracca.
Yes.
Okay, at this time, Tracy, we're gonna give you the floor, so you can give us some.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna give you the coronavirus snapshot where we're at today. As of November 23rd, we've had 785 new cases for the month of November. Looking back at November of 2020, we had 560 cases. The death toll as of 11/23 is 141. Looking back at the end of November 2020, the death count total was 9. What we're seeing now is more infections, more 911 EMS calls for issues related to COVID, and significantly more deaths. On a personal standpoint, I'm not one for a vaccine mandate, as I believe this should be a personal choice based on one's own medical history. I would implore everybody to take the politics completely out of the coronavirus, and I urge people to do your own research from reputable websites or talk to your primary care physicians. I've heard people saying that they will take the chances it is not that bad. We have seen now that it's taking a toll on our residents. Some have mild symptoms, as others who have survived still have lingering issues that will be with them the rest of their lives. I'm no scientist to understand the effects of the virus. I made the personal choice and got the vaccine and boosters. And again, I implore everyone to do your own research and not from a social media platform or political agenda. The best course we have right now is the vaccines. And currently we have 18,802 of our residents out of 43,000 residents in the county that have gotten the vaccine. Our hospitals are feeling the strain as well, with more and more people being seen and diagnosed with the COVID virus. The Punxsutawney Area Hospital is feeling the stress of overwhelming number of people being seen, and they asked me to convey this message to the public. And this is from the Punxsutawney Area Hospital. We're seeing a greater number of patients, the highest since the beginning of the pandemic. Because of the regional surge of patients, the Punxsutawney Area Hospital is asking the community to visit their website at www.pah.org for the most up-to-date announcements regarding structural and organizational changes. We ask the community for patience as we are focused on keeping both our patients and staff safe during this challenging time. With a novel virus, our protocols have changed based on the number of patients we are seeing and the guidance from the Pennsylvania Department of Health and the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. We understand this can be frustrating and challenging, as we apologize. Our emergency room has been experiencing a high volume of patients requiring additional needs, which extends the treatment and wait times. We ask for your continued patience as we ensure a clean and safe environment for all. We want to remind the community that the Rapid Care is open daily and available to take care of patients experiencing minor issues like bumps, lumps, UTIs, eye infections, sport injuries, etc. The office is conveniently located on the hospital campus with hours of operation Monday through Thursday from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. and on Sunday from noon to 7 p.m. In addition to what we're doing on the county level here, we will be partnering with the Pennsylvania Department of Health to conduct a COVID-19 testing clinic at the Jefferson County Fairgrounds starting on Tuesday, November 30th and running from December 4th. The clinic will be open 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. each day, except for Saturday, December 4th, when it will run from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Currently, Jefferson County is ranked 7th out of 13 counties in the Northwest region for COVID positivity rates. A year ago, I had this message for our residents. In less than a week, we should be all sitting down with our family to give thanks for everything we have. In a month, we'll be celebrating the joys of the Christmas holiday and preparing for the new year. While these are all great milestones to enjoy with your family and friends, we all must understand that this year, like last year, is unlike any other year that we have celebrated these holiday seasons. Most call it the new norm. I call it a new challenge. I just want to convey to live life to its fullest, enjoy the holiday season, but be careful and don't let your guard down. Continue to practice good hygiene, and we want all of you to be around for a long, long time. And happy Thanksgiving to all, and stay strong and be safe.
Thank you, Tracy. Well said, Tracy. Anybody who wanna add anything to it, ask Tracy a question on any stats or anything? Now's the chance.
Be happy to answer any questions or concerns.
I do have a question.
Yes, sir.
With regard to natural immunity, why isn't there any recognition given to that?
Because I don't think there's a whole lot of data out there to understand that, to be quite honest with you. And again, like I said before, I'm no scientist. I don't understand a lot of that. What we've seen in our personal experiences where people have gotten the coronavirus and believe they have that immunity, but then they still can get sick from it again. So that's something that, you know, a personal care physician may be able to answer more. And again, there's so much information out there, but there's also so much misinformation out there.
My immunity's been good for a year. I occasionally get the antibody test. I had it last October.
Sure.
So Tracy, we have a question from Alex Nelson. It was mentioned at a borough meeting within the county that Jefferson County has the lowest vaccination rate in the state. And they're just asking, can you confirm this? Is it something that's...
Without looking at all the numbers, I can't confirm or deny that statement. Like I said, I looked at the numbers before I came down today, and we were at that 18,000 mark for that. So again, I don't know that for sure.
So it's 18,000 out of what, 45,200 or something like that? Okay, thank you. Any other questions for Tracy? Okay, again, thanks, Tracy. Donna, did you have something you wanted to?
Yes, I would just like to remind the residents that the drop-off recycling sites are open 24/7 during the holiday months, November, December. We usually see an increase in the cardboard and the aluminum can recycling. Plastic bottles, depending on what people are doing for their get-togethers, but we are gonna do our best to make sure that we keep all those sites with plenty of room so people can do their recycling.
Thank you, Donna. So at this time, did you have something there?
I just bring up the treasurer's office will be having vet hours on Friday afternoon when, the county's closed with 2 to 4 for sure. So if any of the veterans or whatever, or other issues, we deal with other issues. I know I got one guy coming in that's lost a license and wants to get something fixed up, but whatever, we'll be here 2 to 4 on Friday.
Okay, thank you. So Paul, at this time, I'd like to give maybe you the floor. You could talk a little bit about the rail trail extension, if that's okay.
Okay, sure, thank you. I guess I have to start from scratch. I was hoping you'd have that letter and that's a survey, economic impact survey, the Hiring Waptovee, which is just one part of the network we're looking at. As it's not in that report, but the cover letter for that said that the economic impact of the Hiring Waptovee Trail was $857,000, I think, annually. And that's an 18-mile trail, which you can start. I can't, but bikers that come can run that and back to Brockway or Ridgeway, whichever way they're going, in one day. So you don't have any overnight accommodations. You can go there many times and you see people from out of state, out of the area, even from other countries on that trail. Now, if we can, and Brookville has the Red Bank Valley Trail, and we have the Five Bridges Trail, which goes from Brockway to Ellen's Mills. Now we have a gap of, I think it's 10 miles in there between Ellen's Mills and Brookville. Now, if we could tie that together, the economic impact would be magnified greatly. Because now you go from the Armstrong Trail to the Red Bank Trail to this extension of Five Bridges onto the Clarion Waptovee. That's going to be extended to Johnsonburg. So that's over 100 miles of trail. Now that's definitely at least one overnight trip. That would bring in a lot of people. There are a lot of bikers, a lot of hikers, and they have money. And if they come into our area and spend a night in New Bethlehem or Brookville or Falls Creek or Brockway or Ridgeway, that's bringing in money. Walking with the meals, buying bicycles and supplies and stuff. And hopefully some of those people will see our area for the first time and say, this is really a nice place. I'd like to live here. Maybe I'll bring my business in. So there's so much potential for this. And what I'm asking is that for the Jefferson County Commissioner support for this project. We're trying to form a local group here in Brookville, Brookville and Brockway, to take on this project, to take it from the Red Bank Valley Terminal to currently Five Bridges. Now, this is just, if it goes to Port Barnett, that's just below Scripture Rocks. You can walk up to Scripture Rocks from there because I've done it. And so that's the concept. That's what we'd like to do. It's definitely a boon for local residents. It's another trail to ride bikes on. It's a boon for the economy. It's a boom for the communities impacted. Brookville, Somerville, Brookville, Falls Creek. There's a branch of Wolf Run that goes down in Falls Creek, Brockway. Okay, and so there's a lot of the county, and the county's should be the major player in this because it impacts a good section of the county, much of the county. And we will need a government entity to, when we apply for funding, for development completion of this trail. So that's what I'm asking. I'd love to have one of the commissioners on the board or a representative, so that we have a good liaison. You know what's happening and we have your support. So that's what I'm here to ask. You could, participate on a personal or official basis in this project. Okay. Do you have any questions?
So I would assume it's the, or the railroad tracks, is that the trail that you're wanting to, or what's the plan to do?
Yeah, there's, I don't know if you've ever seen or heard the Great Allegheny Passage. It's a series of trails through towns down in the Pittsburgh area. And the trails go to a town, and when they're going through a town, usually they call them trail towns. And it's passage through a town to the next link, the next trail. And so there'd be, Brookville could be a trail town, and it would exploit the economic base of Brookville, bringing people through the town. And it would be a route using the streets to connect to the next trail from Red Bank. So basically, would be in communication with, well, I've been dealing with the Chamber of Commerce. That would be a good place to take the lead in the trail town, to find the best path through town. I thought through, across, by Riverside into, by the river, and then ideally, the best path is through the locomotive or Barnett. I don't know if that's gonna be possible. Feasibility study would be looking at that, but that would be the route.
Any other questions for Paul?
So wasn't there a issue with getting over 80?
Oh, yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that. Yeah, I've been exploring that. And see, the Pittsburgh and Shawnee, which was the Five Bridges Trail, okay, ran into Broadway. Okay, that goes to Allen's Mills. Now that goes to Interstate 80, and of course that train bridge was over 80 and that's gone. But it's about 1/3 of a mile if you go above 80, adjacent to 80, over to Salver Road. And I walked that. That's very nice, and that's according to the records, Timbervest owns that, which also owns a good chunk of the railroad right of way. So that's, 1/3 mile, we could go over Salver Road. And from that point, Salver Road's not bad, and hopefully we could hook on to the rest of the track bed on the south side of 80. So, that used to be the major roadblock. We can get around that.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else for Paul? All right, we'll move on. If there's anything else from the press. Alex, is anyone on there right now? So we'll close the press then, and I guess at that stage, if nobody else has anything, we'll look for a motion to adjourn. So, second. Call for a vote, please, Karen?
Mr. Bullers?
Yes.
Mr. Norton? Yes. Mr. Sargent?
Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it.
Yeah, we'll have